Guys, so the news that has been absolutely tearing apart the internet is that Adidas has just dropped Kanye West as an official member of their design team and someone that is working with them in general. He's completely out of the loop when it comes to this, and he's no longer working with Adidas. He's also been dropped by Gap, Foot Locker, and a slew of other companies. For those of you guys who don't know exactly what happened, basically, he said some anti Semitic things on the internet, and he also wore a White Lives Matter tee with Candace Owens at one of his conventions. Now, the severity of what he did and what exactly he was trying to do can be argued in a multitude of different scenarios, and I have a very strong opinion on this, which, if you guys really want to know, drop a like and maybe I'll make a video about that as well. But for now, we're going to be focusing on the shoe side of things, why Adidas dropped Yeezy, and why exactly this happened, as well as the implications for the actual Yeezy brand. Now, as you guys can see, Adidas plans to keep selling its Yeezy product designs, just with Kanye branding. Now, Adidas management has indicated that it will start selling the products under the company's brand name at the beginning of next year, according to analysts at Morgan Stanley and RBC. Looking ahead, our understanding the company will not sell any Yeezy branded products, and all Yeezy branded products will be branded under the Adidas brand. Now, what this means is basically, if they want to sell this shoe, the Soul 350, which is the newest Yeezy, the outside of the shoe has zero Yeezy branding or anything that ties this to Kanye West. The only single thing that does tie it to Kanye and the Yeezy brand is this right here, which is the insole of the Yeezy 350 and all the other Yeezys, which does say Adidas Yeezy. So basically, if they remove this Yeezy, it is no longer a canceled item and it can be sold yet again, effective immediately, pretty much. It claims that they will not sell anything until the beginning of next year. So that basically means that quarter 4 for the Yeezy brand is a wash for the time being. I believe that this will still lose them a ton of money, especially in the short term. Adidas condemned anti Semitism and racism, said it would immediately end its relationship with Ye. And yeah, basically, a $247 million hit right there. As you can see, they even know that this will affect them in a big way. Now, let's get into like the logistics of how this is possible. So you might be asking yourself, how could it be that Adidas is able to do this without getting sued, right? Because Kanye could just sue them for this. Now, actually, technically, they cannot. As you can see right here, United States Design Patent. Adidas Inc. owns the right to the 350, the 350, like the newer model, and then also the 750s as well. Now, I believe this applies to every single Yeezy. Like, every Yeezy is not owned by Kanye. The rights to the product are owned by Adidas, which is an extremely interesting move and basically the reason why Kanye ended up screwing himself in this brand deal. Now, the real question is, of course, what will this do to the Yeezys themselves, like the price of the shoe? The newest and possibly the most affected one is the 350 Salt. Obviously, this is actually a very nice colorway, which does help its case, but in the last day or two, it has gone up a pretty substantial amount. You could see here prices went up to around $350 from around $270 only 48 hours ago, which is an extremely big boost. And this is one of the cheaper sizes, but as you can see, the higher sizes are going for upwards of $400. And the interesting thing here is that the recession is in full effect, but this shoe, which is something that would have gone for almost retail had this not happened with Kanye, is now going for $600 in a size 13. I guarantee you guys, if you did your footwork and tried to get this shoe, it would have been easily attainable, even in a size 13. I mean, these are bricks turned into prices of some of the original Yeezys from back in 2018 and 19 and stuff like that. Now, obviously, this is the newest colorway, so this one is very affected. Let's look at some of the OG colorways. Let's look at the Beluga 2.0s. Obviously, the reflective version, because the non-reflective version is something that is upwards of $1,000 and has never been re-released. So these released, I believe, in December of 2021, and they didn't really do much yet. I mean, they've been hovering around 300. They might have seen an increase of $15 to $20 in the last 48 hours, and the upper sizes are still staying pretty low, which is very interesting. Now let's look at the zebras, which are, in my opinion, probably the best 350 colorway, if I had to say. 350 V2, that is. Obviously not including the turtle doves, but they are going for around $350 in a size 10.5, and they have definitely increased over the last few months. So I believe what happened with these is that the market overall was starting to drift in an upwards pattern, but this news did progress the market in going up very quickly. As you can see, they restocked around this point. They were down for a while, and now they are back up to around $350 in a 10.5. Let's see if the bigger sizes were greatly affected. So not much. I mean, a 13 is 375, but if I had to guess it, they were probably up here for a while. Uh, no, actually, they did have a pretty sizable increase in the bigger sizes. Yeezys have always done better in bigger sizes because they are just a super tight shoe, especially the V2 model. And yeah, this is one of the most iconic colorways. I pulled up a few other pairs. Now, the frozen yellows, these are probably my second favorite 350 after the zebras, personally, or it might be the belugas as well. Those are my top three. These have been increasing in price, but they actually saw a sizable bump. I mean, they're going for upwards of $400, which is just crazy. Now, the reason why this one is higher than the zebras and the belugas, despite being a much less wearable colorway, is, as you can see, only 11 left in the size. I mean, the last time this shoe restocked was a very, very long time ago. I believe Yeezy Day 2020 was the very last time we saw the shoe. So that's kind of how it's going to work with the Yeezys, at least for now. The ones that haven't restocked in a while are going to stay up and increase at a higher rate. Obviously, a 10.5 here is kind of the outlier. A 10 is going for $318, which is kind of a steal compared to the other sizes, if you were to ask me. But yeah, this is a really nice one. Now let's get into like the other easy models, like the turtle doves. These are obviously gonna skyrocket. Like this is, I'm kind of salty because last week I saw a used pair of these for $300 that looked brand new in a size 10, and now a size 10 is going for what, $550 brand new. And yeah, these jumped dramatically. I'd say these were the ones that were affected the most besides the salt. These and the salt. And yeah, they were 440 last week. Now they're 550. I expect them just to continue to go up. Um, I'm going to explain why I think that these and the V2s are going to keep going up in just a second. These are the more GR Yeezys, right? You have the sand foam runners. There's a bunch of different foam runners, but I personally had the mineral blue ones a while back, but the reason why I don't think that these and the slides are gonna go up is because I believe, well, first of all, the stock on them is obviously much higher. They were restocked just a few weeks back, and overall, like prices have not moved. I don't think at all. Let's see, yeah, they've been exactly the same, maybe a $5 boost. And the reason why is because if this is true, and Adidas does plan to keep selling its Yeezy product designs without the Kanye branding, what is stopping them from re-releasing these shoes, which are pretty much their best sellers? I think this shoe is hideous, but everyone seems to love it. The perspective on these has also shifted drastically since the beginning of their conception. And yeah, so the first shoes to restock will be these. Like, that is pretty much obvious, and I think people are aware of that. In terms of these OG colorways, I just simply don't really see them re releasing something like this. It's just not going to be on their agenda for a while. Now, the issue with investing in Yeezys right now is that Adidas is able to re-release this shoe without the Yeezy branding. Now, I do believe that that would have to be under a different SKU just because of the branding on this particular shoe. Like, you can't just start selling the same shoe with different branding as this same Yeezy, even if they restock them. But as we have seen before with the other releases, even when Adidas re-releases the shoe, the the SKU might be different, but the old ones are still effective negatively. So one thing is that if you guys want to buy these shoes, buy them on Go, because for some reason StockX Market reacted much quicker in this case. And if you guys want the deals, go on Go. Obviously, there's probably some clean used pairs as well. But if you are buying with the intention of hoping that they go up in the long term, then buy them new. Pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, I would say turtle doves, zebras, belugas, and frozens. These will all continue to skyrocket. These are just the ones that are on my radar, but there's also like the blue tints and such, but they will also go up, obviously. And yeah, the fact that the salts were also kind of the OG style with this black stripe means that they will probably stay up, which is very strange because they were a brick just a few days ago. Probably one of the quickest turnarounds on any shoe. With that being said, this video is getting long. Again, if you want me to do a video on the Kanye West situation itself and the logistics behind it, leave a comment down below. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. This was the pricing analysis of the most popular Yeezys, if you will, what I think will happen, and basically the analysis of this comment and then relating it back to these shoes. So yeah, with that being said, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all later.